All right, 44 mag Henry all-weather here. A tube of 305 grain Underwood, heavy cast. What's the worst that could happen? We're about to find out. Oh, one more, okay. Man, you cannot go wrong throwing some heavy cast ammo downrange. These things are so much fun to shoot. Guys, welcome back. This is Eric here with Iraq Veteran 8888. Out having a little bit of fun, reporting here from Hades, Georgia, in the sweltering sun. Summer is definitely upon us, guys. It is hot, but don't worry, we're out here. We do the hard work so you don't have to. This treacherous, hard, impossible work that we have to turn my arm to do every single time we come out here. You guys are probably no stranger to the Henry rifles. We love them. We showcase a lot of them on the channel here. And anytime we get an odd or different configuration, we like to try to take them out and have a little bit of fun with them. It took us a couple of shots to kind of get the sights adjusted in out of the box. This is a 44 Magnum, big boy carbine, all weather. This one's a 20-inch barrel. There is one minor bit of information that I got wrong in the 4570 video. We have showcased one all-weather gun on the channel already. It was a 4570 that we put the optic on. Awesome shooter, by the way. A lot of recoil, but a fun gun to shoot. And we mentioned in that video that it was a stainless steel gun. It's actually not stainless. That was a really big foul on my part. It is a hard chrome finish that they put on these guns. Internals and everything. The only thing that's not hard chromed, obviously, are any black parts that are left, like the sights. The bolt, obviously, is not hard chromed, and the lifter. But every other part is. It's a hardwood stock that has a kind of blackened multi-layer finish they put on there. Very attractive looking finish. Straight comb stock, which is a really nice touch. Well fitted. Very nice recoil pad. Takes a lot of that 44 Magnum stomp out of it. Normal size loop on this one. Pretty par for the course. These are drilled and tapped if you want to run scope mounts, Skinner sights. You guys know the drill on that. The gun ships with buckhorn sights. It is a tube-fed gun. And this is kind of one of those guns that, like they say on the website, you can really just kind of put it up wet. You know, it's one of those things that it's a little bit more forgiving in the elements. And some people have asked for a little bit more of a rifle that can kind of handle some of the adverse weather conditions and things like that. It's swelteringly hot out here today. We're sweating all over this thing, but you know, you're not gonna have to worry about corrosion and things like that. So some people want a corrosion-free or at least corrosion-resistant gun, and Henry's definitely delivered on this one. Yeah, the gun has a very attractive overall appearance. Every single person I've shown this gun to has been just in love with it, and it's a nice, smooth shooter. Relatively generous capacity. I say generous because I wasn't counting. I don't count too well. I'll count next time. All right, we're gonna be running some Freedom munitions. This is some cast ammo as well, with weight that is. That's a 240 grain semi-wad cutter, okay? We'll try some of this stuff, see how it shoots. All right. Okay. Well, well then, thing is boringly accurate at these kind of distances. I'm gonna tell you one thing, it's also hot as heck. I have to be careful not to touch this metal. You can see all the sweat coming off of me. It's been a long day. All right, so let's see, 2, 3. Looks like it'll hold 10. All I had was 9 left in that box. Pretty generous capacity. Nice light handling characteristic to it, not overly heavy. It does have a little bit of heft to it, but you know, it's all metal gun, so it's gonna have a little bit. All right, let's keep going, have a little fun here. not bad. A stack 3 right there on that back gong and a relatively tight cluster. As long as you can see the sights good, your only limitation on really any iron sight gun is going to be how you see the sights and everything like that, and how good your eyesight is. I mean, these guns will shoot pretty much as good as you can see. I could see a gun like this being a perfect companion to somebody that likes to go out and harvest hogs, or somebody that likes to go out and hunt deer. Perfect, like 50 to 75, maybe even 100-yard food plot gun for deer or hogs or anything like that. So perfect little rig for that. I mean, the gun is shooting boringly accurate right here. I almost feel like this is not even a proper distance to showcase this gun. I feel like out of a 20-inch barrel, that 44 Magnum is really getting down and can do some awesome things. We are going to shoot some more, but I'll tell you what, I think we should go up the hill. I feel like maybe, I mean, this thing seems to be fairly sighted in well. Like I said, it took us a couple of shots, kind of get on the plate where we wanted and get her dialed in a bit. We're going to go up the hill and take some 100, 200, maybe even some 300-yard shots. I know that's a little bit silly, but you know what? Why not? Let's try it. And in a future video, you know, we might even drop like a little 4-power optic on this gun. You guys may recall, we did a video called What is a Brush Gun? And in that video, a lot of people were asking us to showcase certain cartridges that didn't make it into that video. So one thing that we're going to do is revisit that type of concept, and we're going to use the 3030, which we have a really nice case-hardened Henry 3030 we're going to use in that video. We'll put the 44 up to the test, which I don't think we originally used a 44 Magnum at all, as well as some other favorites that might have gotten left out of the original video. And so don't worry, we are going to revisit that. If you haven't seen that video, check it out, because it's pretty interesting. What we do is we shoot a bunch of like heavy calibers through brush to show how well some of these bullets can kind of bunk the twigs and branches and get through and hit the target. Now, granted, you should never really shoot something that you can't see, but it is nice to know that if there's a trophy deer through a little bit of brush and you got a clear shot, or at least you can see him, and you got to shoot through some twigs or a little bit of light undergrowth or something, to know you can put that bullet where it needs to go and get the game you need to get. So 44 Magnum is a great cartridge. You know, we've done a video called Perfect Pairs where we talk about different handguns and rifles that go well together, either because they share a common magazine type or because they share a common caliber. 44 Magnum, big boy here in the all-weather configuration. This is definitely the type of gun that would be really, really great for running with your revolver or wheel gun, whatever you want to do. So tell you what, gun's not shooting terrible. We're going to go up the hill, have a little bit of fun, try some long-range shots. Let's go. All right, we saw there at close range that the gun was delivering some pretty boring accuracy, which is definitely to be expected out of a gun like this. We're going to take some shots from the hill, have a little bit of fun, going to try to. We fired a couple of test shots with the Freedom ammo, and I noticed that at some of the longer ranges, it seemed like some of it might have been destabilizing just a little bit. I don't know if that's, I don't think it's a twist thing with the gun. The ammo might be just a little bit undersized. I've got some Handloads here that I'm going to run in just a moment that I've sized pretty on the big side, okay? I don't know any other way to explain it, but we definitely went a thou over bore diameter for most 44s on this. That's something we're going to try out. And I want to take a quick moment to just, you know, I posted a little teaser earlier about 357 Magnum on Facebook, and I wanted to respond to just quickly, very quickly in this video. I want to mention a couple of things about some Facebook comments that I got. Guys, I want to make something clear here, all right? There are things that this rifle may not be for everybody in terms of features, okay? Some people don't like the tube feed, all right? That's fair. Some people don't like the buckhorn sights. I don't want anybody to think that we aren't truthful about what we're doing in any of these videos. And I just want to make that clear that yes, there are things that are probably less than desirable about these guns, and that is a matter of preference for each person to decide for themselves what they like and what they don't like. And I want to, you know, just clear the air that we try to present this information in a just open manner to let people decide for themselves what they like and they don't like. You know, to be clear, yeah, you know, I'd love to see a Henry with a rear loading gate, okay? We all would love that, of course. Some of the bigger guns are a little bit cumbersome to load with, like 357, 4570. They've just released a 410. And yeah, sometimes a tubular feed can be a little bit cumbersome to load for some people. So that's a perfectly legitimate, you know, gripe that some people may have about the Henry. So to be fair, you know, I want to make sure that, you know, guys, I read your comments. I hear you loud and clear, all right? Just want to make sure. I want to make that clear to you guys that we read your comments. We understand. All right, so we're going to take some shots at some kind of longer range here. And I've got these buckhorns kind of bumped up a good bit, actually, about as far as they'll go. Huh?
You got them bucked up?
I've got them bucked up. All right, we're going to try some 100 to 300 yard shots. I don't know what the Freedom's going to do. I don't know how it's sized, but earlier we were shooting some of my Handloads. Now, the overall length on my Handload is a little bit long for this gun, so they won't feed through the magazine, unfortunately. We were fumbling around with that earlier and had some issues. That's my fault. I seated them out maybe a little too far. But tell you what, let's just take some shots. And guys, this is just about having fun. This gun would be awesome with a little scope or something on it. Maybe that's something we'll do in a future video.
Blasphemy.
Blasphemy. All right, ready?
Yeah, you going for 100?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Yeah, right under the bolt. All right, far left. Oh, that one, yeah, that one went off the left side there.
I think I pulled that shot. All right, not bad for 100.
Not terrible. I mean, you're talking about 7 inches, maybe 8 inches.
Well, yeah, but it's open sights, and it's a pretty dang huge bead on the front of this gun. I mean, these guns tend to lend themselves probably the best for like 50 to 100 yard shooting.
They do. That's why I replace those buckhorns with those skinners, you know.
Yeah, maybe. All right, so going 200.
Go ahead. Good shot. Good windage, just like the high center. But all right, that's stacking right in there.
Ah.
Oh, denied.
All right. Tell you what, just for fun. All right, now these won't feed through the magazine, but these are some of my Handloads. This is an Accurate mold that I had made, a 5 cavity. It's a gas check. I want to say this one's a 310. We shot some of the Underwood at one point. We had some of the 305s, and I really liked that bullet weight and a 44 Magnum. And I wanted a big heavy bullet with a long bearing surface so I could punch out and maybe use in a 44 mag like this to hunt some hogs or deer or something like that. So I'm going to single load these, you know, and I'm going to see if they shoot to the same point of aim.
Those two have that big old face on the front of them, unlike like a semi-wad cutter that you normally see like a 240 grain in.
Correct. Yeah, big fat front end that just screws things up going in.
Oh yeah. All right, you going 200 again?
Yeah.
What in the world? That thing corkscrewed like crazy.
Really?
What happened?
So maybe it was my loads that aren't sized right.
Wow. Dude, that thing came out of the barrel like literally just going.
Well, and this is not a light load. Maybe it's too hot.
Wow. Shoot another real quick. Let me see. Dude.
Yeah.
Look. That round is doing this.
I know, I saw where that, yeah, something ain't right.
Curved around, slinkied around, and hit the top of the
yeah,
bottom at 200.
I think I'm probably going to need to back down on the charge on that. I think it's safe to say that that round is too hot, and we don't want to cause any harm to any of our guns.
That is crazy.
I find with the magazine tube, it's easier to just go on and remove it. I know a lot of people kind of fumble around with them a bit. It's not the easiest system, I will admit. But, of course, that's up to each person to determine what they like and what they don't like.
Well, you don't get any pinched fingers loading it that way, you know.
And, you know, that's a legitimate concern. You know, some people get the pinched fingers with the loading gates. And, you know, some of the loading gates I have seen, you know, have some pretty nasty burrs on them. Sometimes you have to get in there and kind of clean them up with a file, especially some of these newer Marlins. And, you know, I'm not taking a poop on Marlin because they make a good gun, but you know, it's just like any other thing. Every company can put out a lemon, all right? So, you know, you're buying an individual gun. You're not buying every gun that Marlin or Henry or any company ever made, right? You're buying a gun that is a representative example of all the guns that they ever made. So, of course, a bad gun could get out from time to time. That happens, okay? You know, all right. Just want to make sure I'm being clear with you guys. I don't want anybody thinking the wrong thing here. All right, just having some fun.
You gonna shoot 200 some more?
No, I'm gonna shoot 300.
Oh well, just skip right over 250 then. He's gonna get left out today. All right, slightly right. You were about 2 feet low.
I've got that buckhorn maxed out as far as it'll go.
Well, you better aim a little higher.
Yeah, maybe.
Just low and left. Oh, that one destabilized. You can hear it.
Wow, look at that.
Just low and right. They're destabilizing when they get down there. Yep. They're kind of all over the place. Try 250 real quick.
All right, 250.
Yeah. There you go. Keep doing that. There you go. Dude, you're stacking them in there. You stacked them in there, man. I mean,
look at that buckhorn raised all the way up as high as it'll go. All right, one more tube, and I think you guys kind of get the idea. You know, sometimes we like to take some of these guns out to some silly ranges, and you know, obviously, people aren't going to shoot these quite as far as we're shooting them right now. This is just kind of one of those things, you know, just having a little fun.
So, just after looking at how these rounds perform downrange out of this rifle here.
I think it was my rounds at undersized, not the Freedom.
Well, not that really, but wasn't there a story, was it Elmer Keith that supposedly killed a red stag or something at what, 600 yards, something crazy like that?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, we have a 600 yard range here, so that might be something you guys are going to see. Well, we're not going to kill a deer at 600, but we might try to replicate Elmer Keith's shot.
I don't know about that, man.
I mean, seeing this, I believe it's a 20-inch barrel on this gun, seeing that 20-inch barrel struggle to get these cast pills out to 300, I'm not saying that Elmer Keith's shot wasn't possible, but 600 yards with a revolver. Now, you know, he was known for like working up some pretty stout 44 Magnum loads.
Yep.
So he probably knew what he was doing, and and from what I understand, it took him a couple of shots to get on the, you know, somebody had to spot for him, obviously, but I think it took him 5 or 6 shots to get on there, but I don't know. That's one of those things I'd have to see to believe.
Yep. I mean, we know somebody who can make revolver shots out that far, but man, I don't know.
Yep. All right. I'm just going to continue at 250.
Yeah,
we're just
send some more in there, man. Oh, no,
wow,
that
went high and left.
Just low left under the plate there. There you go. You're on it. Just left.
Putting them in there?
It's putting them in there, man.
Not bad. This gun just kind of likes to be road, man. I mean, I was just kind of putting them in there. Now, you probably wouldn't shoot this gun 250 yards. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. We're just trying to have a little fun with this thing. And I hope you guys understand where we're coming from about the Facebook comments. I care about what you guys think, and I care about, you know, the things that you say to us. I mean, we read your comments, and we hear you. We read you loud and clear. I mean, guys, we've always been your voice. So, like, if there's ever a concern or problem or any type of comment you ever have, go to Facebook and leave us a comment or comment in these videos. I may not respond to every comment, but I try to take what you guys say to heart and try to understand where y'all are coming from, and I try to kind of integrate that crowd mentality into a little bit of my opinion as well. So that's perfectly okay, guys. If you ever have an opinion, or if there's a gripe, or if there's something that you've got to hear us say on the channel, let me know. I mean, we're always open with you guys when it comes to that stuff. But back to brass tacks though, the gun acquitted itself fairly well. Let me dial this back down before I go taking a shot at like 50 yards and it goes, you know, 4 feet high or whatever. But, you know, these all-weather guns are beautiful. They hold up to the elements. They got a nice attractive appeal to them. Granted, yes, there's some things about them people may not like, which they've voiced their opinions already. Okay, guys, we read you loud and clear. Some people don't like a tubular fed gun. That's fine. Okay, everybody has their own opinion or whatever. But overall, you know, definitely a nice gun. You know, maybe we'll scope a gun like this or maybe run some Skinners. So let me know what you guys want to see. You want to see some more long-range 44 Magnum stuff? Do you want to see us put some rounds in ballistics gel? I mean, what do you want to see? You tell me. And when it comes to this kind of stuff, we'll try to take care of your request and do what we can. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. We always try to have fun in these. Hopefully you can tell sometimes the misses are just as fun as the hits. You know, getting those dirt splashing up down there and stuff, and then kind of seeing once you get the rounds hitting where you want, it's kind of fun. Get a spotter involved, you know. So definitely not a problem there. Guys, thank you for watching today's video. We appreciate it. We'll catch you next time.